We will now open up the meeting for Thursday, March 15th, 2018.
Gary Bowden, Frank Ferrari.
Here.
Marshall Goff.
Here.
Ryan Kennedy.
Here.
Chad Sigmund.
Here.
Vice Mayor Malfajoe.
Here.
Mayor Goings. Here. This evening we have our prayer and pledge by Councilmember Ferrari.
Bow your heads and recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
who
art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If we can have, we have a couple special presentations this evening. We have the cast and the crew from The Wizard of Oz. If they want to come forward.
We're off to see the wizard. Oh, they got Toto.
I know, isn't it?
Toto.
That's not Toto's real name, though. I found out.
That's
Toto.
That's Toto.
That's not-
We brought Toto with us.
We're off to see the wizard.
Great to have you all here this evening. I'd like to present you with this proclamation. Whereas participation in the arts enriches the lives of youth by helping them to discover and develop their creative abilities and boost self-confidence. And whereas Robert C. Byrd High School is excited to showcase the talent of over 100 young artists consisting of students from RCB, WI Middle, Nutter Fort Intermediate, Norwood, and Nutter Fort Primary Schools in the presentation of the iconic The Wizard of Oz, the beloved tale in which Dorothy, a Kansas farm girl, travels over the rainbow to discover the magical power of home. And whereas RCB's production of The Wizard of Oz is produced by Emily Moore, directed by David Cotton-Zinn, choreographed by Kim Bell, and brought to fruition by the many dedicated individuals responsible for set design, wardrobe, sound, lighting, etc. And whereas for the first time in school history, the production will utilize ZFX Flying Company, a provider for all flying effects, wherein guests will watch characters soar through the air across the stage. And whereas, as the story unfolds, it takes us over the rainbow and we follow the yellow brick road where our characters wonder what it would be like to have a brain, a heart, or courage. And whereas we watch as these characters join forces to reach the Emerald City where they learn about the merry old land of Oz, and ultimately Dorothy realizes that there's no place like home. And whereas the abilities of the cast and crew are evident and provide a profound testament as to the notable talent that is found right here in our hometown. Now therefore I, Catherine A. Goings, Mayor of the City of Clarksburg, do hereby proclaim the week of April 8th through April 15th as Wizard of Oz Week here in the City of Clarksburg, and urge all citizens to join me in supporting and applauding the dedication, commitment, and talent of these young artists. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and have caused the official seal of the City of Clarksburg to be affixed hereto this 15th day of March 2018. Congratulations. If you would care to say a word or two.
Sure. First of all, thank you, Mayor, and
Oh,
thank you to the council for always supporting us every single year. We are back again this year with, as you heard, The Wizard of Oz. It is the iconic movie version that we are translating from film to the stage. And as you also heard, we are going to utilize flying effects for this, which has never been done on the RCB stage. So we're super excited about that. And that literally means these kids will be harnessed and flying in the air. Some of them anyway. But I brought the main leads of Wizard of Oz with us today. They wanted to be here, and as you can see, the super lead is Toto down there at the end. And we are actually using live Toto. Her name is Peggy, and Peggy will be our Toto. And then our Dorothy, and our Glinda, and our Wicked Witch, and our Guard, and our Wizard, Tin Man, Lion, Scarecrow, and this is Tiana Singleton, who is my student director. So it takes a village to get this accomplished. We do thank the community and the city for their support. We are really looking forward to this. We're very, very excited. So thank you all.
All right, thank you. Off to see the wizard.
Oh, that's right.
On the record.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll get you, my pretty.
Yeah.
Toto's polygraph and your little dog food. We have another special presentation by Councilmember Ferrari of the Brave Men. Is Matt, please come forward for a presentation.
My munchkin presentation. It won't go well and it'll be a flop.
Okay, a proclamation. The Purple Heart is the oldest decoration in present use. It was initially created as the badge of military merit by General George Washington in 1782. And whereas the Purple Heart was the first American Service Award or decoration made available to the common soldier and is specifically awarded to any member of the United States Armed Services wounded and killed in combat with a declared enemy of the United States. And whereas the mission of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, chartered by an act of Congress, is to foster an environment of goodwill among the combat wounded veteran members and their families, promote patriotism, support legislative initiatives, and, most importantly, make sure we never forget. And whereas our residents have been engaged in every war against a declared enemy fought by the United States, including the war for the nation's independence. And whereas our community has a number of residents who have been awarded the Purple Heart for wounds received in combat. And whereas the city of Clarksburg recognizes the commitment and increasing sacrifices required of military families. And whereas the city of Clarksburg pledges its ongoing commitment to and support for the men and women who so honorably serve our nation. Now therefore, I, Catherine A. Goings, Mayor of the city of Clarksburg, do hereby proclaim the city of Clarksburg as the Purple Heart City in the city of Clarksburg, county of Harrison, state of West Virginia. In witness thereof, I have unto set my hand and have caused the official seal of the city of Clarksburg to be affixed hereto this 15th day of March, 2018. Is signed by Catherine A. Goings, Mayor, and attested by Annette M. Wright, City Clerk. Congratulations. You all want to say anything?
Can I get all you gentlemen to scoot down just a little bit so I can get a photo with us? Sure.
That's what I said.
Get over here, Benny.
I'm going to present this to who?
After this.
Wait until we take our picture. You want to take a picture here.
What you going to do?
Take a picture.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Do you all want to say anything? Does anybody want to make any?
Okay, I'll be back here now. The Military Order of the Purple Heart Special Recognitions Award is bestowed with pride to the city of Clarksburg, West Virginia, for your dedication and support honoring American combat wounded veterans, becoming the Purple Heart City, presented by the Military Order of the Purple Heart. Excuse me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman.
Oh, thank you
Mayor.
very much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I'd like to add, for all us fellows that has fought on boil and soil, I wish the RCB students would have stayed here. But let me tell you, there is no place like home.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
I signed up for the service.
Thank you.
Over here at the post office, 1950.
Wow. I wasn't even born then.
I was born 1950. I shouldn't have told you all that. Who's got the
I
plaque?
have a plaque here.
Here's your.
Thank you, I appreciate that. We're gonna hang that up there. This is a nice plaque.
Approval of minutes of the regular session of March 1, 2018.
So moved. Second.
If there are no objections, motion carries.
Petitions, communications, and public hearings. I don't believe we have any in there. Okay. City manager's report and update.
It's under general updates. Received a notification from the Ethics Commission that they just dismissed a meritless complaint filed by Mr. Tom Jaquez against myself. Park Board, Clarkburg City Parks, Frank Gloria Baseball Field Turf Project. The grading and base stone work has been completed. 98% of the border has been installed. They had a meeting with the AstroTurf representative today. Final preparation, which includes installation of sand layer and final grade, will start on Monday, March 19th. It should be completed by Friday, March 23rd. Turf installation should begin on March 26th at the latest. It will take approximately 3 weeks to complete. Demolition, 415 Washington Avenue. This is the one that council approved at the last meeting, contingent upon the Board of Ed approving that as well. I attended their last board of meeting, did not make the agenda, so it will be on the March 27th meeting. But we went ahead and had Anderson Excavating go ahead and submit their 10-day notification to the DEP. So when the county does hopefully support that, they will be prepared to move in shortly thereafter. Public Works has completed now 21 of 25 structures on their list. Most recently completed being 3 in the Broad Oaks community, 2 on Martin Street and 1 on Charles Street, and 2 in the Broadway community, 1 on Myra and 1 on Broadway Avenue. Public Works has now moved to 106 Kern Avenue. Then there possibly might be another Kern Avenue prior to moving to 1205 West Pike Street. 1407 North 25th Street, Feline Excavating will begin raising the structure and will be completed on or before Friday, March 23rd. 101 Stewart Street, Reclaim Company began asbestos abatement this week, and this structure will be raised by the Public Works crews at a point thereafter. Spring cleanup again will begin the week of April 9th. The weeks will be Monday, April 9th through the 13th, Monday, April 16th through April 20th, and conclude the week of April 23rd through Friday, April 27th. Spectrum did have a conversation with them, our local government rep out of Columbus today regarding many items of Spectrum that we wanted to go over, but they will be providing, upgrading all service to 100% digital cable format this coming summer. So most likely it'll start in July, so it'll take them a little bit of time to get that done. So everybody will be required to have a new box in their house for each TV that they do want digital cable to. Service line warranties, utility services. The offer letter for the water sewer line warranty was sent out on March 14th, and reminder letters will be sent 2 weeks later on March 28th. Again, this is the partnership we have with utility services as well as the National Leagues of Cities. Excuse me. The police swearing-in ceremony will be held on Thursday, March 29th for the new officers here in council chambers. And then Officer Isaiah Ferris, who recently was appointed back to the department, is scheduled to begin the week of Sunday, April 15th. That date has changed from the last council meeting. I think I told you April 1st. Economic development, the opportunity zones, all 3 proposals were submitted and accepted by the West Virginia Department of Commerce to declare 3 areas that are proposed for census tracts as opportunity zones. Those include the Moore Project area, Central Business District, as well as Glen Elk. It is anticipated the governor will submit those selected throughout the state. There's 54 total that he can select by March 21st and submit those to the U.S. Treasury. Anchor Hocking property, Trey Randolph Anchor Works. They have been doing significant improvements to the property since the last time, last council meeting. So they're really doing a great job over there. Robinson Grant Performing Arts Center. Light fixture installation in the ballroom and auditorium is approximately 95% completed. The door frame installation in the entire building is approximately 99% completed. Drywall installation is 80% complete. HVAC installation in the ballroom is approximately 80% completed. And installation of the wall tiles in the first and second floor restrooms are approximately 95% completed. And the existing projectors have been removed from the projector booth as contractors are beginning to work there now and are temporarily stored on the second floor. FOIA requests received 2 since the last meeting. One from Mr. Martin Schaefer on Tuesday, March 1st, received on Friday, March 2nd, requesting copies of permits denied in the past 2 years. Communications between all city personnel discussing Mr. Schaefer, Schaefer & Associates, Schaefer Enterprise, or 141 East Main Street from January 1, 2016 to present. We did respond to Mr. Schaefer on Wednesday, March 7th, and the information will be provided to him on Monday, March 19th. We did send a follow-up notice late this afternoon notifying Mr. Schaefer that he would be required to pay $62.25 for the reproduction cost per the ordinance prior to reviewing. Those were the cost of all the emails that where any of those names were mentioned, and predominantly most of those, ironically, were back to him. So he'll have to pay $62 prior to seeing that information.
I have one question on
Yes.
that. On this, when we're individuals are like, for example, Cornelius was asking for different information that we do our manpower and get them all printed out, and then they don't come. Are we going to start sending bills? Start billing them for all, because we take people.
We can.
Yeah, I mean for time. How long did it take for the?
Well, we can't bill for time. That's one thing that the state did put in place. You're going to bill for the actual total reproduction cost that is as allowable, whatever. So our ordinance stated 25 cents per page. So that's all we can charge for. You can't charge for any time allocated resources to go through the information to reproduce what they're requesting. Typically, if it's information in a file, we do not charge for that because obviously we can just put that out on the table and have them review it. But if it's emails, things such as that, we do have to print those. There is a direct cost associated with that, but we do charge 25 cents per page. So on those instances, we can send them a bill and say you owe the money, but quite frankly, they probably won't pay it, and we'll probably have to do some kind of legal action against them to do that. So
I just know we've been having a lot, and
we do.
yeah.
We'll see how this one works out.
Okay.
I believe the last 2 FOIAs that Mr. Schaefer has requested, he has not shown up for, but those are to review files that were on hand, but still did not show. Also received a FOIA request from Glenn Oliver with H2 Bid Inc. on Friday, March 9th, requesting a complete vendor list from January 1 of 2016 to the present. We did respond to that. The Finance Department, Kim, Finance Director, has provided that information. That in itself is a digital form that we can provide of all of our vendors. That completes the manager's report.
Thank you.
Unfinished business. Consideration of approval of the budget for fiscal year 2018-19 in the amount of $18,056,463 for the general fund, $39,190 for the coal severance tax fund, $1,376,737 for the capital improvement levy fund, $205,500 for the police fine escrow fund, $1,715,000 for the rainy day fund, $4,141,000 for the sales and use tax fund, and $714,992 for the New Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center.
So
Madam
moved.
Mayor?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consideration of second and final reading and public hearing of an ordinance of the City of Clarksburg providing for the sale of real property at 1103 North 14th Street, tax map 13, parcel 541 of the City of Clarksburg, Harrison County, West Virginia, and directing the city manager to execute and deliver a deed for the sale of the said real property. Notices regarding the public hearing appeared in the Exponent Telegram on March 6th and March 13th.
We will now open this up for public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak for or against may do so. We will close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
New business, consideration of a resolution of council of the city of Clarksburg authorizing the mayor to submit an application to the state of West Virginia for grant funds under the Land and Water Conservation Fund for the Splash Zone Children's Water Play Pool renovations.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Council comments?
Jim, you have any comments?
Yeah, I would just, glad to hear that the Ethics Commission dismissed the case against Martin in the city. I would like to say that tomorrow at Immaculate Conception Church from 9 to 5, Bonnie's bus will be in the back parking lot on Maple Avenue. So that's, for all the women out there.
They also come again later in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like October.
Tomorrow's the day
Yeah,
that they come.
yeah.
And then, congratulations to Clarkburg and Harrison County Regional Housing Authority for the opening of the condos down on Monticello yesterday. Unfortunately, I was had to work. That's all I have.
Chad?
I just had a question. I was just looking at the calendar. Are we? Oh no, that's it, right. I wanted to wish everyone a happy Easter because we will not have another meeting before that because it'll be on I think April 1st. So everyone have a happy Easter, Good Friday, and know what life's while we're here.
Ryan?
I just wanted to just take a moment to, they already left, but to just recognize once again those brave men that were here a few moments ago. Each one received a Purple Heart. As a military veteran, I have the greatest level of respect for what each of those gentlemen has done. There's the joke that's told in the military, that's the one award nobody ever tries to get. And I'll tell you what, each one of those guys have made such sacrifices that we can't even imagine. So I just wanted to once again thank them on the record for what they've done. And in addition to wishing everybody a happy Easter, as Chad did, I also want to, of course, wish them a happy St. Patrick's Day. And me being Irish, that's a special day for me. That's all I have.
Marshall? Frank?
The only thing I want to do is I want to commend City Manager Martin and Kim for the budget process. I know no one knows more than me than what's involved in all that and how much work's involved in it. I want to thank them for, I think we had a very, very good budget session. I think it's a document that we'll probably have to revise at certain times, but I think it's a good budget, and I want to thank them for their work on that. That's all I have.
Thanks, Frank. And I guess last thing, go Mountaineers. Come on.
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
And Mark.
So moved.
All right, meeting adjourned.